He will put you in a position where you don't have nobody but him. I lie on this podcast. I don't read my Bible every day. I don't pray every day. And that's definitely something that bad moments do not last. But good moments do not last either. You're going to get through. We going to get through it. Because we going through this together, baby. I am in my season where I am running to God. I'm about to tear up. Everybody deserves that peace that he brings and that love that he brings, especially through the storm. Hello, family. Welcome to the first episode of A Soft Era. My name is Alethea. I go by Lily, but we're gonna go by government. I'm in my soft era, and I do really love my name. So my name is Alethea. I'm just a girl in her 20s trying to get through life's storms through Jesus Christ. That's the only way I'm going to be able to get through. That's the only way the problems are going to be solved. Point blank, period. I cannot do life without him. And I hope you can either, because nobody can if we being honest. So, hello. Nice to meet you. Please join the family. There's no judgment over here. Join the family. So today's topic is being tired through the storm, which is something new in my life. Well, not new. I don't want to say new because it's not, but it's more discipline in my life now. I feel like a lot of people can relate. I feel like a lot of us go through the same thing. But we just go through it in silence. Like sometimes we just don't want to talk about it. Sometimes it's too embarrassing to talk about. Here we are not holding anything back, taking full accountability. We're going to laugh. We're going to have some jokes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have fun. But we're also going to be real. We're going to give advice. We're going to be understanding. There is no judgment here, baby. There is nobody in this world that's perfect. Nobody but Jesus Christ himself. Nobody in this world is perfect. Nothing that we do in this world is perfect. And it's never going to be perfect. Point blank, period. Being tired through the storm. This is a deep one. Because this is something that I recently just went through. Being tired through the storm. Okay, where should I start? Everybody has a story. Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's life is ever going to be perfect. But bad days don't have to be bad days as long as you know when you got Jesus Christ. Now, still the human in us, yes, we can have bad days. I understand, baby. I get it. I'm still learning, and that's why this is not. That's one of the reasons why this is not a judgment place. It really doesn't matter the age you learn. You should learn something new every single day. You should be learning something new. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still maturing. It's still a lot of things in life that I am trying to learn and that I'm going to learn. So being tired through the storm, when you're just ready to literally throw in the towel, like forget everything, forget this shit out the world, run away from your problems, run away from the situation, whether that be a relationship, unemployment, finances. Like, baby, life is hard. I can't even hold you. Like, life is genuinely hard. It's one of the hardest things. Like, being an adult is one of the hardest things that I can say I'm experiencing in life, especially with me trying to grow closer to God. Because what people don't talk about is growing closer to God is not easy. It's really not. It comes with a lot of It comes with a lot of spiritual warfare. It comes with a lot of doubts, weary, negative thoughts, negative energy. Like it's a lot that's going to be thrown at you, but you have to know how to go to that Bible. You go to God Almighty, the Omega, Yahweh, Yahshua, the beginning and the end, because you cannot do anything. You will not be able to do anything without Him. Point blank, period. Nothing will be successful unless you put Him first. With your whole heart, with your wholeheartedly put Him first in everything that you do. I know it is still the human in us that we still want to be in control in our life. And I think as humans, that's where we mess up a lot. Like, we want to be in control of things that we cannot control. Like, whatever has happened in your past, it's done. You've done it. It's there. It's been done. Let it go. Carrying it on into your life, looking forward. If you're looking forward, like, you can't look, matter of fact, you can't look forward if you're looking back. If you're running, are you running and looking, like, are you looking back while you're running the whole time? Because how are you going to see what's in front of you? How are you going to see the next step? You're not going to be able to see the next step because you're too busy looking behind you. You're too busy in the past. What about the future? I'm telling y'all this, but look, I'm still trying to learn it too. I'm still trying to learn it too. It ain't easy. It is not easy. It's not going to be easy, but that's why He gave us that book. He gave us that book of guidance. The Bible, yeah, something that, you know what I'm saying, we don't be consistent with. Because my problem is, well, I'm going to speak for myself. Personally, I read my Bible, but I'm not consistently reading the Bible, which I feel like it's a big downfall in my life. Because I feel like God is like, okay, you been on TikTok. Did you open up that Bible today? You been on Instagram. You looking at YouTube videos. Did you open up that Bible today? You've been working on that business all day. But did you open up that Bible today? Did you pray when you woke up and got out of bed? Before you even stepped out of bed, did you pray? Did you thank God for waking you up for another day to get it right? Another day to aim towards your goals? Oh, it's okay. And that's okay. And the thing is, He forgives us. That's why He keeps waking you up. That's why He keeps waking us up. And He's going to continue to do that until we get it right, until we can get it right. You cannot get through life without Him. I literally cannot stress that enough. You cannot get through life without Him. And as a human, like I said, because I take full responsibility. I'm not even going to sit here. I cannot lie on this podcast. I will not lie on this podcast. I don't read my Bible every day. I don't pray every day. And that's definitely something that I'm working on, because I realize if I go one day without praying, girl, don't nobody talk to me for the day. Like, literally, that's how it is. I'm like, if I go a day without praying, I don't want to be bothered. I have this irritation. And it's like, girl, what's stopping you? Go ahead, go in that closet and do what needs to be done, because that energy that you're spreading is not it. And it's not. It's not. Literally, you need to always be happy. I'm sorry, God. Happiness is free. Being happy is free. Like, being happy is free. But also being sad is free. Being depressed is free. But those are also spirits. Those are evil spirits within you that need to be healed. And you cannot heal without Jesus Christ at all. There's no such thing as healing without Him. So, being tired through the storm I feel like I've been through this. It happened recently, but I feel like I've been through this like a lot in my life. And I feel like this is a stage that God is trying to teach me something. He's trying to teach me something because it happens. I don't want to say it happens a lot, but it's been happening, So last year, a couple months ago, because we're only in February of 2024. Last year, I started a hair care product line, and it didn't go as planned, I did pray on it, pray over it, but I really don't think I did it wholeheartedly. I think my mindset was so into, I got to make this content. I got to get the following up. Like, nobody's going to buy my products if I don't have any followers. This is that and the third. I was just really doing it for the wrong thing, doing it for the money. I'm not even going to lie to you, doing it for the money. Yeah, doing it for the money, the views, the like I was getting an excitement when I got 100 views, like things like that. So I really wasn't doing it with a whole heart, which is why it didn't go successfully. I did in the moment I said I stepped out on faith by quitting my job and going full in on my hair care product, but it wasn't even fake. God, I feel like God sat me down and was like, "Girl, now why did you say that? Like, come on now. You knew you wasn't doing that wholeheartedly. You know you didn't put me fully in your business. You were doing it for the money. You were doing it for the likes and views. Like, just be honest." And it's me being honest. Yeah, that's why I did it, and that's why it didn't go too well. And when it didn't go well, oh my gosh, I went in this dark place. Like, I was out of a job for months. And the job that I had quit was actually a decent job. It was a third shift overnight at a hotel. You know what I'm saying? It was really a breeze job. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really breeze job, but I knew my time was wearing out there anyway. So I do not regret quitting that job, but I regret the way I went about quitting my job, trying to put myself into my business that I already knew wasn't going to be successful. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, I knew it's like, but it's like God was like, "I'm gonna let you do what you do because I need you to learn this lesson that I am about to teach you." And baby, he taught me. I mean, it got so bad because after my first couple of sales, it just started going downhill. Like, I was getting no sales. I even stopped posting, got off social media. I was so depressed without having a job because I don't know what it is. Like, personally, I don't like being broke. Like, I don't know, being broke be having me sad. I don't know, it gives me this ick feeling. Like, I don't like the feeling of being broke at all. So I was going through that, not having no money, you know what I'm saying, really rolling in. I was still doing hair, but I wasn't making enough to live off of it. Like, even still to this day, I still do hair, but I do have a 9 to 5 because I cannot be, not that I cannot, let me not say that. Ooh, because I'm not able to live off of that just yet, but I'm not comfortable at where you know what I'm saying, at where I'm doing it at anyway. So it's a lot that I can fix in order to get on that level. I just have to push myself, and I have not, but I definitely feel that God was putting me into a place to see that, to open up my eyes. Y'all, when I tell you, when I quit the job and everything went downhill with the hair care, I was so sad. I was so depressed. I was so angry. I was so angry. I mean, and let me tell you, the last day, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the afternoon. It had to be like 2 p.m. I took a shower. I got out of the shower, got dressed. I just looked in the mirror and busted out crying. I mean, I laid on the floor. I laid on the bathroom floor and I cried for probably like 2 hours. I cried for 2 hours. And I know, and I prayed and I was like, God, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why can I never get it right? Why do things never go right? Why are my businesses never successful the way that I want them to be? Like, what is it? Like, why are you putting me through this, like, angry, sad, like, all that in once? And I prayed. I got on my knees and I prayed. And I started reading the Bible. I'm actually gonna put up the scriptures because I highlighted them, like all the key points. I highlighted the scriptures, and if I wish I could remember them. I should have made, next time I'm gonna be prepared and I'm gonna make notes, like, so I can give y'all the scriptures. But I will put the scriptures on the screen so y'all can see what I read. And that night, one of my girls, like one of my friends, she invited me out, and y'all, I had a good $60 to my name. I said, you only live once. Like, I was so over it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I go. Why not? I come out tonight. Mind you, I'm a homebody. I am a homebody girl. I don't care. I'm boring. Like, I be in a house for real. Like, I go to work and I come home, baby. Like, I am very much homebody. But that night I went out. I decided to go out, have fun, because I was like, being cooped up in the house was not helping me. Like, being cooped up in the house was not, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's why God let that happen too, because I did need to get out of the house. Because I feel like if I would have stayed in that house and not went out that night, maybe I don't know what would have happened that night, like that day. I really don't. I really don't. Because after I prayed, I felt a sense of peace. I picked myself up and I got dressed and I went out. We went out. You know what I'm saying? I was having fun. I enjoyed my time out. But as I'm out and we were drinking. I'm not really a drinker, but just for the nights out, I drank a little bit. I drank a little bit, literally. So something told me to check my emails. I check my emails and I check my phone. And I had applied for this job about a week or two ago. I went to the interview a week ago and the interview went great, but I hadn't heard back within a week. So I'm thinking I didn't get the job. So that's also, all that is why I was so upset, so angry, and I had that you know what I'm saying, that breaking point in the bathroom on the floor. I check my email and I see an acceptance letter. I got an acceptance letter saying how I got the job and when to go to the orientation, because you had to do a full week of orientation, no exceptions. If you didn't do the full week, you basically wasn't going, you know what I'm saying, move on to get the job. So y'all, I mean, y'all, baby, I was so excited. I left early. I left the function early, y'all. I love the function. I was so happy because when I tell y'all, that night, I mean, I was really ready to throw in the towel. Like, I feel like God really caught me at my falling point. Like, I was really, like, when I tell y'all, like, I was about to tweak out. Like, I was about to say, forget this. Life is too hard. You only live once. Like, I was about to risk it all. Like, I don't even know what I was about to do, but I just know whatever I was about to do, God was like, girl, relax. Relax. I got you always and forever. And he did. He had me. He had me. He had me. I mean, y'all, I left the function early, cheesing, excited. Like, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, because it's like everything happened all together, like with my car, the job, the business not going successful. It's just like everything was coming back to back to back to back to back, y'all. Like I was like I really had a mental breakdown in that bathroom. I mean, I cried for hours. Like I was just like, what is it? Like what am I not doing right? Like all jokes aside, like really bawling out. Girl, I got that acceptance letter. Ooh. Mm. And on my personal page, actually, what after I got the acceptance letter and I went to the first day of orientation, I have a story time on how that kind of went downhill too. But I got the job, you know what I'm saying? I'm settled at the job now. I've been at the job for almost a month now. And you know what I'm saying? It's getting the bills paid. Point blank period. I'm still doing what I want to. I'm still doing hair. Like when I say what I want to do, what as in my passion, I'm still doing hair. I kind of slowed down on the hair care products, because not only was I not doing it wholeheartedly with praying with God with the success with that business, I wasn't doing that business wholeheartedly. Like I was only thinking about funds with that. Like I feel like I need to go back to the drawing board, really do some experimenting and really test out my products the way that I want to, because I did do it in a rush, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Not everything goes successful in life, and that's just something that I had to learn. That's something that I had to find out. So yeah, I took a break on that. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, but best believe Bougie Lily Wave and Lay will be back. We will be back in business soon. I'm gonna just say soon, because I don't know. I actually don't know when. Whenever God tells me that it's ready to put back out, I will put back out. But right now, I'm going to go to the drawing board and I'm gonna put him first in everything that I do with it. So, being tired through the storms. Oh my gosh. Guys, I really do feel like nobody really talks about how hard it is to walk with Christ. Like the road is really narrow. Like that's true. The road is very narrow. Like it's a lot of things that I still need to work on in myself even to this day. It's a lot of things that we do that we don't even know is a sin. That's why it's very important to open up that Bible. And you could do something every day and it's a routine, and girl, and it can be a sin. Mm. Whether you're in a relationship that you already know in your heart is not gonna be successful, or that's not successful, and y'all bump heads every day. Mm. You going to that job, you waking up every morning, every night, and complaining every day about that job. Mm. And I fall short with that too. But I be having to do a reality check, and my mom be checking me too. It's like it's people out there that can't even get a job. It's people out there that want a job, whether that's working at McDonald's, working at the dollar store, like, but you got a job and you can build with that job. You can build with a 9 to 5. And trusting God through the storm, you will see that sometimes you gotta level down, especially when you've leveled your head up. God has to snap you back into reality. You have to stay humble. I feel like you cannot do nothing successfully in life if you are not humble. So God sometimes may have to humble you, because as humans, it can go over our head. Once we get something that we prayed about, okay, you having good days. Did you open up that Bible? Did you pray? Did you thank God for this good day? Did you thank God even for that bad day? I just feel like, and this is something that I fall short to. Like I said, we taking full accountability over here. We're being honest, we being real, and we are being open. Me, I know it's still a lot of things that I do not do right. It's still a lot of things that I know I could do better with my praying. With, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. Like we should be doing it so much that it shouldn't even be like a, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like it shouldn't be a job to do it. It should just be a necessity. It should be second nature to do it. Like it should be second nature for me to wake up and thank God for waking me up and giving me another day to get it right, to get closer to my dreams. Before I even step out of that bed, I should be thanking him. I should be praising him that I got another day to open up my eyes, because a lot of people didn't. Yeah. I know that was a little deep. That was a little deep. Trusting God through the storm. I mean, whether you mad at him, pray. You upset, pray. And you know what's crazy? That's how I'm not saying he wants you to come to him angry, mad, but I'm saying with a pure heart, you're genuinely upset and he knows that, but you still came to him. You're genuinely angry right now, but you still came to him. He always puts you in a position where if you don't have him in that situation, in that problem, he will put you in a position where you don't have nobody but him, where you will need him in that situation or in that problem, because nothing will get solved in your life without him. And as humans, I seen this, it's actually this video that I posted on the TikTok, and I will put it right here on the screen. I'll play it, I'll insert it. I don't even know her name, but she was saying how life is really not problematic. It's humans, it's us that make it problematic.
It's not problematical. We make it problematical because we're all listening to something, to someone else, to something, without listening to ourselves. We clutter up our lives with insignificant things that have no value at all. But when we start to think about how simple life is and how simple it should be lived, then we begin to realize, I have no problem. I don't have a real problem. Problem is something you make. Life is something you live.
And I was like, ooh, I was like, that's the word right there. That's a word. Like, honestly, like, for an example, when you have a 9 to 5, like working in warehouse, I work in warehouse. Most of the time working in warehouse, the job is easy, right? You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is pack, put up something, or replan. Like I drive equipment, so like replanning, grabbing things, putting them in a certain area. You know, you're doing that for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, however many hours you work. That's what you're doing. Most of the time the job is easy, but what is the problem with the job? Like, what's genuinely the problem? The people, right? The supervisors, the leads, the GMs, the OMs. Like, it's the people. It's never the actual job. It's the people. For some people it might be the job, because you know it can be tiring, but for the most part, for my example wise, it's the people. It's not the job. That's how life is. You ever realize that? You ever realize that in life, like, most situations that you go through, it's because of a person, not a thing. other than financial problems. Financial problems, that's a whole different ball game. But for the most part, when you're going through something, it's because of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you caught a ticket. Oh, he could have let me pass with that. I was only going 10 miles over. Like small things like that. It's always the people. And I definitely felt like that was a word. Like, life is not problematic. We as humans make it problematic. And we really do. We really do, though. Like, a bad situation does not have to be a bad situation. God gave us the ability to have choice. He gave us that ability to choose. That man don't gotta be in your life. That woman does not have to be in your life. When you go to work, you don't gotta worry about them people. Mind your business and do your job. Are you building from that job? Like, think about the successes that you want to have when, when you're done with that job. Think about your future. I just feel like problems, because if you have a problem, you go to sleep with that problem. You're thinking about that problem. And it could get to the point where, baby, it's stressful. Like, it messes with your mood. It messes with your energy. That's why being happy is free, baby. Being happy is free. That's the word. That's a word. Being happy is free. Go be happy. Go be happy. I mean, if you just got your car repossessed today, go be happy. You ain't gotta pay that no more. They ain't gonna be calling you no more. It's gonna be on your credit. Yeah. Go be happy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do to solve that problem? Sit down and figure out what you gonna do to solve that problem. You just broke up. You and the love of your life just broke up. Whether he cheated, you cheated, or the relationship just was not working out. It mentally drained you. Okay, but go be happy. You knew at a point in time when you started to be unhappy. Go be happy, because now that situation is done, you can be your full self again. You can come alive again. You can revamp. You know what I'm saying? You can go do what you were doing before you got in that relationship. Go chase your dreams. Go be happy. Go be happy. You just got laid off at a job. Go be happy. It's a lot of jobs out here. And don't get me wrong, firsthand, I know it is not easy to easily get the jobs, in a certain season. But trust God that you will get through it. And I mean, God is really, like, he's funny. I feel like he's, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he has a sense of humor, because God works in mysterious ways. I understand that saying now that I am older, because he will come when you are literally ready to throw in the towel. Like, when you ready to give it all up and you just like, okay, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm done. There he go. You just got that promotion. Your marriage is finally looking up. Your kid finally passing that algebra. You finally got that job that you've been putting in for months, for years. You finally got it. It's only up. And I feel like maturing, this is a word too. I feel like maturing is realizing that bad moments do not last, but good moments do not last either. Like, I feel like maturing, that by maturing, like, good things really, they don't last forever. Bad things do not last forever. They just don't. Point blank, period. In all reality, it doesn't last, But it's all about how we go about the situation, that thing, that relationship, that problem that we're going through in life. It's all about how you handle it and how you go about it. And you always need to do what's best for you at the end of the day. You really do. You really, really do. You got to get to know God for yourself. You got to, if you want a promotion, okay, what do you need to do in order to get that promotion? Maybe work some overtime, have no gap time. Well, I don't, because I work in warehouse. I don't know how everything goes about, but constantly working, like that's what you at work to do, the work. That's even a word for me. I need to hear that, because I'm not even going to hold you. The 12-hour shift that I work, maybe I be taking my 20 breaks. And I know that's not good. That's not what I'm supposed to do. And this week, that's the goal, to not take no extra break. To not take no extra breaks. To just put yourself in work. Like, I know it's better said than done, because with this generation, nobody really wants to work, y'all. We all want that easy money, but life is not easy. So do what you have to do in order to achieve your goals, and put God first in it. That's all you got to do, is put God first. Open up that Bible, and I promise you, life is going to be just fine for you. You're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. We going to get through it, because we going through this together, baby. Baby, we going through this together. Everything I learned, you learn it, we learn it. Okay? Literally. Trusting God through the storm. And I know I've said this, and I will continue to say it, especially for this generation. And young people in this generation growing closer to Christ is a beautiful thing. It really is a beautiful thing. You definitely go through your ups and downs for sure. And it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's literally worth it. I'm still going through my emotions. I am not fully there yet. And I pray that you guys will be able to see how much I grow through Christ, how much we grow through Christ, because it is not easy, but we will get through it. We will definitely get through it, because I want us all to make it. I do. I want everybody around me. I want everybody to make it, because everybody deserves that peace that he brings. I'm about to tear up. Everybody deserves that peace that he brings, and that love that he brings, especially through the storm. Like, when I tell you, I've had so many low points, and every time I'm ready to throw in the towel, he's right there. He's right there. Every time I'm ready to throw in the towel, something just happens. It happens in a positive way, and as soon as it happens, I jump on board. Like, I'm all for it. I go full in, because I know I don't want to have that same feeling that I was just feeling yesterday, that last week, how I was feeling in that moment. And it's, oh my gosh, it's like this sense of peace. It's like a weight lifted. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's beautiful. It's literally beautiful, and everybody deserves to experience that. Everybody deserves to experience that. That's why I want to grow so close to him. Like, and I know as a human that I still sin. I know as a human we can be sinful, and it's not easy, because like I said, even the smallest things that you do on a daily basis could be a sin. That's why it's important for us to open up our Bibles and learn God. Run to God. I am in my season where I am running to God. I'm running to wisdom. Chase wisdom. Chase God. Chase Jesus Christ. Chase Yahweh, the Almighty, the Omega, the beginning and the end. If you have a problem, chase God. Pray. If you're in a situation that you feel like you can't get out of, chase God. Pray. Do not give up, because giving up will get you nowhere. Giving up and procrastination is two things that I feel that God is trying to that God is healing me from. Procrastination, doubt, weary, negative thoughts. Trusting God through the storm. When you know you've battled through all those emotions, is not easy. But trusting God through the storm, you got to have a routine. Like, when I feel myself falling into that, into that hole, I instantly get up. I instantly get up and do something that I love to do. Hair, do something. You have to get up and do something. Open up that Bible, pray, do something that you love, worship, worship his name. I've also, when I'm feeling like that, I worship. I listen to gospel music, and it gives me a sense of peace too. In order to get out, you have to, sometimes you got to get up. You got to get up, because it's always a mental thing. It's definitely a mental thing. Like, I feel like life being hard, because life is hard, but I feel like life being hard is also a mental thing. Like, I feel like it's definitely a mental thing. It's not all mental, but I feel like it's definitely mental, is definitely a big part of life being hard. Because sometimes we can think ourselves in a bad mood. Sometimes I don't even really know how to explain it, but I just feel like it's a mental thing. Personally, I feel like it's a mental thing. But trusting God through the storm, ooh, he gonna get you through it every time. And please comment below if that has ever happened to you, where you were just ready to give it up, throw in the towel, and the minute you was ready to just say, forget it all, what happened? You got blessed. You got that job. You ended up getting that promotion. You're out of that hospital now. Your health increased in a positive way. You lost that weight that you wanted to lose. You finally stayed consistent and disciplined with that diet, with reading the Bible, with praying. Discipline. Discipline. Trusting God through the storm. You discipline. Discipline. And as many as times as I've been through it, now every time that I go through it, I pray. I mean, I pray even when I'm crying and I'm mad in the moment. I pray, because I know he's going to get me through. But don't be lazy. Don't just sit on your butt. You gotta make some moves too, because it's a lesson. You got to learn your lesson through that storm. And trusting God through the storm is always a great lesson at the end. It's always a great lesson at the end, because he never leaves you empty-handed. He will never put you through something that he know that you cannot handle. And trusting God through the storm. Sometimes when you're going through that storm, don't instantly go to saying, oh, the devil doing his, doing his works on me. No. Sometimes that's God teaching you a lesson. That isolation season, yeah. Let's pray. Let's open up that Bible through that isolation season. Let's focus on you and let's focus on God and you. Focus on healing through Him. Like right now, today, what can you say that you're healed from or that you want to heal from? Trusting God through the storm. There's no other way but to trust Him. Simple. You have to trust Him. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know. I literally know. Crying every day, feeling like you're not good enough, questioning why it's always happening to you. Literally, why not you? Because He know you're going to get through it. And He's going to guide you through it. He's always there to guide you through it. You're never alone. And I feel like as humans, that's where we make a mistake at too. We think we're alone. And you always try to, like I said earlier, trying to fix it yourself, like trying to go through the storm by yourself. You're not going to be able to do that. You need God. You need Yahweh in order to get through it. You need Him. Trusting God through the storm. I pray, bow your heads with me. I pray that everyone watching this podcast or whoever this podcast come across, dear Lord Jesus, that you put your hands on their heart and you touch them, God, for they are nothing without you and they cannot do anything without you. I pray that you get them through the storm, through the doubt, through the weary, through the depression, through the negative thoughts, through everything in life that they are going through. I ask and I pray that you put your hands on them and that they run to you, God, knowing that they cannot do anything without you, that they are nothing without you, that you are the first person that they go to in help, in need, in weary, in doubt, that they run to you, God, with all those emotions, and that you heal them from that, God. I ask that you put your hands on them, God. I ask that you guide them, God. Guide them through that storm. Guide them through that storm. Guide them to be stronger. Give them the strength to go through that storm, because it is just a lesson that is being blessed. Every lesson is a blessing. Everything that you go through in life is a blessing. Everything that they go through is a blessing, and that they know it, God. I ask that you help them, God, that you heal them, God, that they hear you through the storm, God. They run to you through the storm, God. Oh, I pray that everything that they do goes successful, that they put you first in everything that they do. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Thank you for listening or looking at the first episode of A Soft Era. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will be uploading every Sundays after this. Every Sunday is an upload. And yeah, like, let's heal. Let's break these generational curses. Let's get through life together. So join the family. We're just getting through life through Jesus Christ, because that's the only way. Because He is the Almighty, the Omega, the beginning and the end. We are nothing without Him. Thank you so much, and I love you so much. Later.